What's up, everybody? And we're back, and better than ever. And boy, oh boy, is it gonna be time we're hitting the ground running, because soon enough, we're gonna have that engine in here. And you're not gonna believe the transformation that this car's gonna go through. It's gonna be chef's kiss. You won't even believe it. You can hear those birds chirping so happily. It's great. But there are a few things we're gonna do before we put the engine in. One, we got a new radiator because for this engine we need a bigger radiator than what was originally for the rotary. So that's going to change. Along with, we're going to finally just attach the power steering back to the column because probably should have done that a while ago. And I was just too lazy to do that, or I was too busy for other reasons that I might make known later. But let's get into it. So next, what we're going to do is take out the radiator, because now I have the brand new spanking Mishimoto radiator of the year. Just kidding. It's just a really good radiator from Mishimoto, and same specs as the OEM, but this one is a little bit bigger and it'll work better with that engine. So now we have the old radiator off, and we have the shroud off also. Let's take a look at what the new one's going to look like compared to the old. Bear with me 1 second. So, as you can see, here's the new. Here's the new, and here's the old. You can see this one's a lot thinner compared to this one, which is way thicker and has a much higher cooling capacity than the OEM one. This one is also made from aluminum, or aluminum as we say here in America. So next shot you're going to see is me taking out the AC condenser here and putting it in the shroud and putting it onto here. So we'll be right back. And there you have it, easy as pie. Everything's put together, back the way it is. There are a few fitment issues on some of these things. Got to do a little drill here on this hole because it doesn't quite line up. But it's not that too bad of a thing. It's quite an easy fix. Everything else seems to fit just fine. And so, we're going to move on to the next thing. Quick add-on, folks. So I forgot I needed to do the power steering. I need to add the power steering spacers so that I can get everything else to fit with the engine, because as you can see I took out the steering rack, which is what I showed you guys earlier. And those spacers are supposed to make it so that the engine and the steering rack don't interfere with each other along with the power steering. So that's going to be added into this too. And there you go. That's one more task off the list. Let me see if I can get a better angle. The spacers for the power steering are on, and now we can move on to the much bigger stuff. Alright, now we're on to the big stuff. We're going to be taking off the oil pan. We're going to be putting on the Type S oil pump. Got it all right here, ready to go. Got my equipment. That's the next part of this video. So next you'll see is just a time lapse of everything else happening.
Twenty minutes later. 1 hour later. 2 hours later. 6 hours later. Tomorrow for sure.
It's out! Finally! Hey guys, so small interjection here. So if you've been keeping up with the series of this project, you will have seen it change names several times. And the reason for that is due to my own indecisiveness and constant want for something unique that stands out. So where I have landed with the name now has some significance to history and to me personally. And I will explain that after this little walkthrough of why each name was chosen, starting with Mugen. Other than it being a Honda specialty brand, it is a term in Japanese that means without limitations, aka infinite. So I went with that because it was a befitting name for a car project, because they say that once you start, you never stop. Never stop fixing, never stop modifying, never stop improving or changing things. Now, I am sure you will see a theme here with the next name, if the beginning of this video hadn't given it away maybe. Kurama. Now I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with a very popular anime that doesn't need to be named, but it's more due to a different anime that I'm sure some OGs will recognize, called Yu Yu Hakusho. Now I don't want to get into the details other than there's a character named Kurama in it, and that you should definitely give it a watch. But after mulling over the name a while, it just didn't feel right. Now we get to the present day. Redtail. This is where the meat and potatoes are going to come in. If it's not obvious by the name, Redtail was a nickname given to the Tuskegee Airmen due to their P-47s and P-51 Mustangs having a deep red color on the tail of their planes. So there's the history part. What about the personal part? Well, surely you've jumped to conclusions and have gone, you're a grandson of a Tuskegee Airman, and you'd be dead wrong. I'm a cousin. Enter Flight Officer Reginald Smith and his older stepbrother, Captain Graham Smith. Graham served in the 99th Fighter Squadron during World War II and returned to service with the 18th and 12th Fighter Bomber Squadron during the Korean War, where he lost his life near Myeongdong, North Korea. Reginald joined the service later, where he would unfortunately lose his life in a training accident. So my choice to go with Redtail as the name, it serves as an homage to my family and the other brave souls that joined the service. And to learn more about these two, there will be a link in the description. And now, back to your regularly scheduled programming. Alright, so my phone did not catch the changing of the oil pump, but here it is. This is the oil pump for K20 RSXS, and this is replacing that big old chunker right there. And just to show everybody what it looks like, let me get a good position. It is considerably smaller. Considerably smaller. And it's going to do a much better job with getting higher revs and giving me more power for the engine. So essentially now, you're just going to see me doing everything in reverse that I hope I caught on camera. Putting on the timing chain cover down there and the oil pan, along with the timing chain and the tensioner and the new chain, which is buried somewhere around here. I have to find it, but it's in this mess of everything that I'm working on. So that's what you'll see next. Okay, after a small battle with this piece of crap, I finally got the timing chain and everything on the way it should be. And the next part is just putting on the freaking Honda bond and laying the bead for the plate, for the oil pan, and the tail cover. And then I think we're golden, people. And there you have it, folks. In all its glory. The timing chain, the timing cover is on. Oil pan's back on. Got it all on there. And it looks glorious. That's the new damper that I got for it. Still waiting for the tool to come in for that. And look at that beautiful new red cover that I had been waiting on. It looks gorgeous. But until next time, I've been your boy Kid Wakanda, and hopefully next time, the next video will be me putting that in the car. And we'll be on to greater things. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.